Hey, what is going on, guys? Thank you for coming in. I decided to do this live. I know it seems like all these lives that I do are kind of last minute. We're going to be changing that this year, by the way. But I'm not expecting a lot of people in tonight, but hoping some people show up. Tonight's going to be a fun night. Actually, I had originally planned to do a video today, but today kind of got away from me. And so today's video that was going to be released tomorrow was I decided to kind of redo it and make it a live for tonight. Kind of, so it's going to be a little bit of that, a little bit of a hangout and stuff. Um, so what we were going to talk about though is you guys. I don't know if you guys saw in the description and stuff, but gonna kind of go over what to look forward to, at least as far as the channel is concerned in 2026. Nothing crazy, just a couple maybe additional things. Some stuff might change. And then what else? I really just a hangout, I guess. Maybe ask me anything. I figured we'd do one of those. Just something fun, something to on a Friday night, just have fun and hang out. I see some people are coming in. Let's see here. Alexander, what's up, dude? How you doing? I expect you to see you tonight. What's going on, man? Let's see here. New Year's resolution is buying more dramas in 4K. That's good. Yeah, my New Year's resolution is trying to find space. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. No, I think as far as my New Year's resolution, if we're talking channel wise, is honestly just continuing the same stuff that I'm doing. I think for me, it's trying to be more. I don't want to say consistent because I feel like I've been fairly consistent, but organized, I guess, is the best way to say it. Um, because I my intentions for videos is like batch record and like try to be organized and schedule them out. And that never happens. I'm always like at work, and then while I'm at work, I decide what I'm gonna do. And that night I record and I stay up till like super like early in the morning sometimes just to get it on YouTube to schedule for later. So my plan is I want to start, scheduling that a little more, try to be a little easier on myself. And so we'll see. We'll see. I say that now, but it might just revert back to how I usually do it. Happy Friday. What's going on? Thank you. Another New Year's resolution is watch more movies. Always, always. Yeah. Speaking of, things, it's not really YouTube related, but it's movie related. I've been trying to get log more of my letterbox. I've never been huge on that. I mean, I've always used it as actually, I've really never really ever used it that much, but lately I have been. So that's something I'd like to do a lot this year. But I did just finish. Um, Let me get it. I can show you. I literally finished watching it, then came on here. 1 second. Okay. Hold on real quick. I did just finish watching this, the new Time Crimes from Vinegar Syndrome. I really enjoyed this movie. I'd said it in some of my other videos, dude. I was so bummed. I tried to get it from Umbrella, but since Vinegar Syndrome announced the 4K, I was okay with that. Saving for building an addition to the house for future purchases, dude. That would be a dream. I'm kind of like locked. There's no way I would be able to um, add any addition. Maybe honestly, at this point, it's just buying a new house. Because really, for me in here, I'm pretty maxed out. I mean, I could add some stuff to go up vertical. I don't know what I would use or what I would do. Um, so, but dude, if you're able to build a build an addition for a house, that's pretty sweet. I wish I could do something like that. That would be cool. Or maybe like do like what I would love to do is like a theater room. I've been watching like YouTube videos on people doing it and making it. So maybe one day that'll be really cool. My New Year's resolution is to start. What's going on? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I don't think I have a New Year's resolution. Okay. You know what? I've heard a lot of people don't do it. I mean, for me, I always say every year I'm going to do this, and it never happens. So I'm at the point where it's like, I just say it in theory, but except starting on time. That's something else. But let's see here. Are you buying Vinegar Syndrome movies for Um, I was looking at some. Um, as far as like subscriber, I'm not paying that doing the subscriber. There's not enough Vinegar Syndrome titles are that they do that I would want in my collection. So definitely not doing the subscription. I think that's just not for me. Some people like it. There's just too much. There's just too many I don't care for out of the releases. But there was the Phantom of the Opera that release that Dario Argento released. I am looking at. There's the Shutter title, of course. I try to collect all those, and then there was a oh, what was it? It was literally just announced today. It's part of their new line. That one I do want. I'm looking at that one as well. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there anything that you guys want to grab from that? When are you doing a review of Nacho Libre? uh, what's funny is I watched that the other day. So maybe I'll do one. Yeah, I'll probably have to do it. That's funny. Wilkie's movies and music. What's up, dude? It was fun doing that live with you the other day. So thank you so much for stopping by, man. Um, you want to know this dude has got quite the music collection. He puts me to shame. I just have a few vinyls over here. He's got an awesome one over there. I'm buying the Tank Girl VSU. So I was thinking about that, and I don't know, like because I believe Eureka did Tank Girl, but I don't remember was Eureka's. I think Eureka's was 4K. Let me look here. Uh, Hold on, guys. I'm just pulling it up on my end. No, it's Blu-ray. So I guess Vinegar Syndrome's the only one that has the 4K. Maybe. I'm not a fan of that front artwork. Did you guys see the leaked one that supposedly came out that they're like, oh, this is going to be it? If it was that with that pop art, I did like that a lot. And I was wanting to get it. But I mean, at this point, I'm just being picky about art, really. So I might. I haven't really gotten much of the VSUs. The last VSU I got was Mac and Me, and I haven't even watched it yet. I got to be honest. So, hey man, this is awesome. I was psyched to see. Don't be afraid. Okay, that's the one. Yes, Aaron. Don't be afraid of the dark. That's the one. It's a new line where they take TV movies and they do huge release of that. The first one is Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Yes, that one I do want to get really bad, and I love that slipcase and everything for it. It looks really cool. I always say this, but the only Vinegar Syndrome I own is Blood Games. It's such a solid slasher. Okay. I don't have that one. I see it all the time. People are always selling it. Maybe I'll have to snag it. My Vinegar Syndrome though, I don't have the biggest, but I feel like I have a pretty nice little curated collection of Vinegar Syndrome titles. I just don't get Vinegar Syndrome just to get all Vinegar Syndrome. I'm very picky when it comes to them. Plus, they put out so much stuff. You want to keep up with them. It's hard on the wallet. Coke or Pepsi? Coke, 100%. Coke. My favorite drink is Coke Zero. My second favorite is Coke Zero Cherry. So it's Coke. Pepsi, I don't like Pepsi products. They have some good stuff, but If you were talking Coke and Pepsi, it's Coke all the way. I love that made for TV horror, Sally. Yeah, I'm excited for it. And then I was talking to Bearded Film guy Chris, and so I guess those the box sets they do with all the I think they call it televised terror. I guess they're not doing them anymore, or no, I'm not sure, but they did do like one or two, and that's it. So I don't know. Already answered that. What do we got here? I was happy I got the lenticular slip cover of Tammy the T Rex. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Did they just re? Did they just release it or something? Because I know was that part of their. Or you're just talking about you had gotten it when it initially came out. I don't have that one. Okay, we get it. Yes, Eureka did a chunky box set, but just Blu-ray. Thankfully, I did. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah, that well, in that case, then I'll probably just go with Vinegar Syndrome. The Umbrella one's pretty cool though, but unfortunately, it is just a Blu-ray. Pepsi, but I love both. Yeah, I mean, I'm always been a Coke fan. Coke is the best, especially vanilla Coke. I actually just bought a case of the vanilla Cokes. They're okay. I still prefer the cherry Cokes. Well, I always go Coke Zero, but the vanilla Coke Zero, it's okay. But I definitely prefer the cherry or just traditional Coke Zero is my favorite. What was the worst film you ever saw? Oh man. I don't know. I've seen a lot of bad films. Let me go here. I was just talking about my letterboxd. Let me go here and I could tell you what my least rated on here. And bear with me, I have seen other worse movies, but as far as my rankings on here, this is my worst. Let's see. Hold on. That's funny. The Crow from 2024, I gave a half star because you couldn't give it zeros. Yeah. The other one, what other recent one did I watch that I gave a really low score to? Perpetrator. I hated that movie. The Mean One, I gave that 2 stars, but that was kind of expected to be a dumb movie. So. Oh, okay. So this was part of their. Got it. Okay, their exclusive slipcover. Okay, got it. That's cool. I haven't even looked at those. I was looking at the daily deals and the Prophecy, which is that trilogy set. I might pick up, but I haven't decided yet. I know I have like till what midnight to decide if they keep the sale. Usually there's just daily deals, so we'll see. I've been missing out on it every time, and I just keep thinking to myself, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna get it, and then I miss out on it, and then so I eventually I just have to pull the trigger. Did you pre-order Second Sight's Ugly? Of course, yeah. That was like a day one pre-order for me. I'm so excited for that movie, guys. If you haven't seen that, it's a Norwegian film, and so it's a Norwegian film, and it's the story of the ugly stepsister in Cinderella, and it just goes crazy. It's a wild movie, but I really enjoyed it. It gets all sorts of gory and stuff like that, but it's a fun movie. Anyway, Second Sight's doing that. It's a nostalgia for me with Coke Zero, but I haven't had one in a while. Right now, it's ginger ale, zero sugar for me. Ginger ale. Dude, you know what's funny is I never go out of my way to drink ginger ale. It never comes. Only time I ever think, you know what, I'm going to drink a ginger ale is when I'm very, very sick. Only time. That's so funny. Yeah, my fridge is always stocked with Coke Zeros. Coke Zero all the time. I drink it about I drink it like water basically. It's bad, but I shouldn't. Real sugar vanilla Pepsi is by far superior. I have never had that. Real sugar vanilla Pepsi. See, now you got me curious. Now I got to look that up. I'll check that out. I'm gonna bring it to. I'll bring it to work next week or something. If we find it, if we find it somewhere. The Crow was five. You are kidding me? Well, hey, you know what? That's your opinion. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue with you on that one. I'll just strongly and politely disagree with you. But if you loved it, you loved it. That's awesome. And I'm assuming we're talking about the remake, not the Brandon Lee one. So, what was the 4K? Wait, hang on. What was the 4K that surprised you? It came out in 2024. Mine was Deep Crimson, 2024, 2025. Um, that's that I was surprised that came out. Well, let's go with 2025. Because I can't think that far back, to be honest with you. I gotta look at my shelf because that's. Hold on. You know what? For 2025, I'm gonna go with Reanimator. And I'm gonna asterisk that with From Second Side. I was shocked that that came out. I know some people said they weren't. Me, I was not anticipating that. So sure, let's go with that. 2024. That's a ways back, dude. Um, I'll have to think about that one. Let's see. What was the best film you ever saw? Oh man. Halloween. 78 Halloween. That will always be my answer. I love that movie. It's the best movie. The worst film I saw last year was Warfare, and 28 years later, they're awful for very different reasons. So, um, I'm shocked. What, you didn't like Warfare? I thought Warfare was great. Um, and 28 years later, I enjoyed too. I mean, it's obviously not 28 days and 28 weeks. They're completely different movies, but with 28 years later, I can see why people didn't like it. Personally, I did. I loved it. But Warfare, I gotta say, I'm shocked that that ranks so low for you. 2012. Okay, so there you go. Worst film was Wicked. So I didn't even see the sequel, and my wife wanted me to see the original, so I went with her to see the original. And the only good thing I could say about that is they were good singers. I was not a fan of it. So that's a good pick right there. Are you talking about the Ugly Stepsister? Yeah, yeah, dude. I'm so excited. I can't afford the Ugly Stepsister release. It's my favorite movie last year. Absolutely body horror. Um, well, well now that Second Sight's doing it, there's a 4K out there. I wouldn't be surprised. Just you can do a couple things. You can just wait because we might get a release here in the States. Another label could do it and it might be cheaper. But also, Second Sight always does standard editions for every one of their releases. So, maybe grab the standard version of that. It'll just come in just a standard case. It'll look let's you know, it'll just be just like that. But it's 4K, so it's region free. So if you that's an option. I'm excited for Friday in 4K this year. Hopefully we get the for UK Ultimate Collector's Edition. Dude, yeah, I saw that. That was very, very surprised. And now I'm really I love that movie. So that's really awesome that that we're getting that. I will say though, for 2025, I'm really liking that they are giving a lot of love to comedies because for a while it was horror. It was just horror movies all the time, which I love, but I love comedy movies, and now that we're starting to see a lot of the comedy movies get them, like I saw The Great Outdoors is now getting a 4K release here pretty soon from Kino Lorber. Surprisingly, no, I'm just kidding. It's not obviously. I'm not surprised Kino Lorber's doing it. I'm really hoping we start because they were doing like a lot of Adam Sandler movies. They were doing a lot of um, John Candy movies. I hope we start to dive into the Jim Carrey more because we got like um, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, which I know they got rid of that scene, which is stupid. They shouldn't have done that. But just saying, I'd love to see more of that or Jack Black. Right? Give us School of Rock on 4K. Now that we got Nacho Libre, I'm wanting School of Rock. You know, so we'll see. You're just in here trolling at this point. What is a film you recommend to watch? Well, that's a loaded question. Um, I mean, it depends what kind of movies you like. If you like, I need to know more of what what movies you're into. Then I can recommend something for you. But off the bat, I'm gonna say go watch. Hmm, go watch A Fistful of Dollars. Go watch that. It's a good western. Coke Zero is horrible. Liquid Death. Mm, I I disagree with you on the Coke Zero is horrible. Liquid Death depends on what it is. Like the Doctor Death, I love. That's really good. I do not like the cola, whatever they did for their normal. I guess is their take on Coke. I'm not a fan of that. And I'm not a huge fan of like carbonated water. To me it's just bitter. Like LaCroix, I can't stand. Um, So, I mean, Liquid Death, the spring water, that's just regular. I'll drink that. But no, for Liquid Death, my favorite is Doctor Death for sure. I love The Crow with Bill Skarsgård. It's a comfort watch for me. I really don't understand the hate for it. Hey, you know what? That's awesome for you. For me, I like Brandon Lee's one came out in '94 is I think an incredible film. Um, that's a movie I grew up watching as a kid. I had a little VHS. And I had the VHS of it and I'd watch it repeatedly. So, personally, I couldn't stand this remake. Wasn't a fan of it, but that's awesome that you liked it. Warner Brothers leaked their titles for 2026, and for me, Friday is one that I was super sad. I saw that. It was similar to what they did last year when we saw like Lethal Weapon and all that stuff that got leaked. So I saw that. Um, I'd be curious. I want to see what else they have. Yeah, like you see where it just comes out like when you hit the soda fountain, just sprays out like crazy. Yeah, to me that's what it tastes like. Except Doctor Death. Doctor Death does taste good to me. It tastes like Diet Dr Pepper. It tastes like if you put ice in a cup and then put Diet Dr Pepper in it and let it water down just a touch. That's Doctor Death for me. Warfare was a weak attempt at drama. It was just dudes stuck in a house screaming things and the bad guys shooting, but not one to be seen. It was so bad. Well, okay, but you can art. So Warfare was really just showing the toll that um war takes on a soldier and also on the civilians in said country that are not fighting, that are just, I mean, granted they told them to leave, and whether you agree with that or not, that doesn't matter. The way I took it was warfare was showing exactly what I just said, the emotional damage and toll and what these soldiers go through in a situation like that. And it was told from what's his name? Alex Garland got the guy, I can't remember the soldier's name, and that's the actual story that happened. And that's what I liked about it. It was very realistic in that aspect. Like seeing their camaraderie and just all of that. I thought that was great. My favorite 2025 is The Nice Guys. I appreciate your recommendation. The Nice Guys is a great movie. Um, yeah, where's mine's back there. That's a top release for 2025 from Second Sight. I was that release seemed out of like left field for them. For it to be a fairly modern film and for it to be, a comedy as it is. I was just shocked to see it. Nice hat. Dude, that I'm gonna tell you right now, this is probably my favorite hat that we've got. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, bring it back. Bring this logo back. Man, Seconds had beautiful releases last year, but I loved the Arrow for Boutique of the Year. Arrow had great stuff. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think that might be their best release of 2024 or five. This whole New Year thing's gonna mess me up. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy was probably might have been my favorite. Either that or the Dollars trilogy they did. Those two were incredible releases. I thought the House of the Laughing Windows. I really loved that one. The Mask. The Mask was a great one too. Oh, I talked about Jim Carrey earlier. The Mask. It's another one they did this year for like the first time on 4K. Um, did I say In the Mouth of Madness? That's another great one they did. Their release of Return of the Living Dead was great. And then of course you had the remake and the prequel for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You had Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell from Friday the 13th. So they had a good year. And now I'm really excited to see what they're going to do this year, especially with Cliff McMillan, right? Kind of being the one shopping around, getting these releases. He's already got great relationships, right? Because of his time with Scream Factory. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to bring. And I wouldn't be surprised, similar to like Return of the Living Dead and The Mouth of Madness, that we get a lot of these Scream Factory titles now getting the really, in my opinion, better releases, better versions with Arrow. So I'm excited. I think 2026 is going to be an awesome year for us. The Great Outdoors is fun, dude. I love The Great Outdoors. What is it? The old 96, old 70s, whatever it's called, the steak scene. Oh, dude, that's a great movie. I know. I can't wait for them to come out with that. Just to finish, now that we have Uncle Buck, Summer Rental, and then The Great Outdoors, just to get all three of those. That's awesome. Okay, you like Uncle Buck more. Uncle Buck is a great one. I do love Uncle Buck. It's a good movie. Hopefully we get a 4K Arrow of the other guys this year. That would be good too. I could see them doing that. Yeah. Um, imagine Second Sight does it. So now they have the nice guys and the other guys. What is your favorite Disney Pixar film? Okay, so I used to work for Disney, so Disney holds a special place in my heart. My favorite Disney Pixar film. That's that's tough, guys. Um, I feel like the one I could probably quote the most. I can quote a lot of them that I probably watched the most is Aladdin. Love that movie. Robin Williams as the genie. Just you can't beat it. I mean, they literally wrote other characters' lines around his ad libs, which is crazy to me. Um, that's a great one. A Goofy movie. Come on, Powerline's a great movie. The Lion King. That one I watched a lot. But if you want to go classic, like early Disney, Pinocchio. I love Pinocchio. That's one of my favorites. And then as far as Pixar, might have to be Cars. Cars for me, Cars, Toy Story, or Wally. I love those three. Warfare was the first movie I'd ever demanded a refund for. Dang, I was shocked how bad it was. Very happy Fandango gave my money back. Well, dude, good for you. You have strong opinions about that movie, Alexander. Um, I guess, hey, like I said earlier, that's what's great about movies. It's all subjective. LaCroix is a wannabe. Wait, is a wannabe. It's girls drink. I can't stand LaCroix. Just give me a Coke Zero and I'll be good to go. Or a Coke Zero Cherry. Did you pick up the fall last year? Got to be one of the best transfers. Yes, I did. I was actually just looking at it. I actually got this on a restock. Um, I wasn't gonna get it, and I thought about it, and then of course, after it sold out, I was like, "Yeah, I do want it." But yeah, this it looks beautiful. The colors, like just the way it's shot is so masterfully done. You're right, Mark. This is a great release. It is a beautiful movie. And the transfer looks amazing. I'm ready to put Warfare up there with some of my faves, like Black Hawk Down, Pearl Harbor, Fury, Hacksaw Ridge Warfare was too small scale, promising to be big, which its cast trailer, etc. Okay. Hacksaw Ridge is a great one. Pearl Harbor, great. Fury, Black, all those are great. I think my favorite war movie though, I don't know, that's tough. I really like, it's kind of the common answer, Saving Private Ryan. We Were Soldiers. Not a lot of people talk about that one. That's a phenomenal. The Patriot, I'll put that as a war movie. I think that's a good one too. Um, my wife's favorite is American Sniper. That's a pretty good one. Oh, and then of course, why can't I think of the movie right now? It's a Stanley Kubrick film. Oh my gosh, it's slipping me right now. I have to look this up, guys. I'm so sorry. Full Metal Jacket. That's got to be one of the best ones out there too. Band of Brothers. Okay, I'll have to. I don't own it. I've seen it, but when I do reviews, I like to own them. So I'll have to buy that miniseries. That's a great one too. Band of Brothers is great. What are your blind spots film wise that you'd like to watch more of this year? Huh. Um, I really want to get more. I would love to see more foreign films, especially like into the Japanese. I have some, like especially with Criterion and all those like Akira Kurosawa ones. Like I have a few, but I really want to dive into them. I have like the Dai Gothic box sets from Radiance. I love those movies. I have their Shinobi box set, which is like samurai movies. I have not cracked into it yet, but that's what I really want to do is get more into the Japanese films, J horror films, those types, so like the old school ones. I think that's why I'd like to. That's a blind spot for me, so I want to dive into that more. Have you watched Sleepless in Seattle before? I mean, maybe when I was younger. I couldn't tell you a thing about it. I know Tom Hanks is in it. That's about all I know. Right? Isn't Tom Hanks in it? Um, I hear it's a great movie. I have never seen it. Um, yeah, Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, but I couldn't tell you a thing about it. Which of the big studios was your number one for 2025? Mine was yep, Warner Brothers. They had the best year. They had the best year, hit after hit. This year, Disney might make a comeback, guys, with Marvel. I know I'm a sucker for a good Marvel movie, especially back in like the Infinity Saga era, the Infinity War, Age of Ultron, Endgame. Like I love those movies. They might take it back this year, but we'll see. We'll see. Saving Private Ryan? Question mark. Are you asking me like have you not seen it? Because if you haven't, you should. It's about World War II, storming the beaches of Normandy. It's a incredible movie. Robert, what's up, dude? Thank you for stopping in. How you doing? Ratatouille and Coco. Ratatouille's good. Coco, It's great music. I love Coco. That's actually one of my wife's. Actually, those two. Funny enough, that you say that. My wife loves Ratatouille and Coco. So those are really good. For me, I like for the most part the earlier Pixar, like A Bug's Life. I love A Bug's Life. The newer Pixar, I know Ratatouille is a little kind of in that middle section, so I like those. But I'm talking more of like the newer stuff. It's kind of that's I don't really know much of those. The Fall is a movie I want to see so badly. It looks stunning. It's an incredible movie. That's like I can't remember how many countries on location shot, like location countries they did. It's something crazy. But it's a really awesome movie. And the little banter between the main guy and the little girl crack me up. She's she's cute. She's this little cute girl who unfortunately he kind of uses her a little bit, but it's really good while he's telling her this story. I've never seen Saving Private Ryan, and I like The Patriot. Not bad. You've never seen? I'm Alexander. After tonight's stream or this weekend, if you can, go find somewhere to watch Saving Private Ryan and go ahead and watch it. It's it's an amazing movie. Has one of the craziest and amazing opening sequences of a movie. It'll just leave your jaw on the floor right from the beginning. Oh man, I wish I could have watched. I wish I was you so I can watch it for the first time again. Yeah, Full Metal Jacket. We were talking about that. Yeah, I know it was complete. I know. I could not think of it for some reason. My favorite Disney movie has to be Beauty and the Beast, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Oliver and Company, Hercules. Those are a few. I love animated Disney. Okay, so The Hunchback has probably the best soundtrack and score of any Disney movie. It's probably one of the darkest animated Disney movies. The Black Cauldron might be a little darker, but um, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, that music, Hellfire, that song that Frollo sings, incredible. Out There, that Quasimodo sings, amazing. God Help the Outcasts. I mean, song after song in that movie is amazing. Hercules, another great one. Beauty and the Beast, funny enough, when my wife and I got married, that was our theme. we had a Beauty and the Beast themed wedding, and we danced to Beauty and the Beast, that song. Korean horror. Uh I've have I might have seen some. I don't know. That's another one I need to get into. I hear Korean horror though is crazy. Um I have, of course, from Second Sight. What is it? What is it? Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. Is that a Korean horror film? That is one of my favorite found footage movies. This year, I'll be keeping up with Hammer releases. They are typically something different from what I watch, and I'm liking them quite a bit. So I'm right there with you. Hammer this year. So I'm going to be doing my official like ranking of labels, 4K movies, Blu-ray movies, artwork releases of the year, stuff like that. Starting Monday, those are going to be all coming out. And Hammer, just so you guys know, is in there for label of the year because they just made a comeback this year, kicking it off with Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter. And two, those releases, like I know they're expensive. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But the amount of stuff you're getting, like you're getting multiple movies almost in each release for the big chunky ones, like like leatherette bound ones, even the smaller ones. Every single one I've loved, every single one except Blood Orange for me was meh, to be honest. But yeah, Hammer, I'm right there with you. Hammer, they're doing some incredible stuff. I've talked to some of the guys over there at Hammer, and they said this year, get ready because they've got a lot of great stuff coming out. Fingers crossed. I don't know, but I hope we get Dracula. I think they call it Dracula here. It's like Horror of Dracula or something over here. The original Christopher Lee Dracula. We get that. That'll be incredible. Is a classic. Meg Ryan is rom com darling. Okay, I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch it. I hear everyone talk about it. I've never seen it. Yes, they did. They had an amazing year. Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan were both asleep at Saddle, and You Got Mail. I have seen You Got Mail. What's going on? Candy Van, what's going on, man? May I talk about a few things? I mean, hey, it's an ask me anything night. So yeah, if you want to ask me whatever. They come, they eat, they leave. A Bug's Life is such a good childhood favorite. I used to quote that movie on the daily growing up. Yeah, it's a great movie. That's a fun one. Someone found my 3DS and the battery pack was swollen. Oh man. Well, hey, that's awesome, but that sucks. 3DS. Well, that's a throwback. I, I had one. No, I didn't. I had um an Advance SP. That was probably the latest that I got to. The SP I loved because you had the backlight. Dude, playing Pokemon Fire Red. I've seen Saving Private. Oh, Saving Ryan's Private. Okay, I was gonna. I was thrown off. Yeah, you downloaded the wrong movie there, Alexander. Hellfire is chilling, such an incredible soundtrack, but that song to me is insane. Yeah, Frollo, he is just some twisted individual. I recommend The Wailing if you have not seen it. It's Korean horror. So I, it's on Netflix, I believe. I've heard great things about The Wailing, so I've known about that movie. I just have never had the chance to actually sit down and watch it. I don't got enough money to buy a new one. Just wanted to rant a tiny bit, considering my other friends are offline. Thank you. No, hey, you're good. You're good. That sucks though, man. Maybe you'll find it. All right. It was also one I have for so long. Yeah, that's too bad, man. That's too bad. But yeah, we're kind of cut up on the chat. What I wanted to talk about tonight a little bit was kind of what to look forward to. I actually have little notes in 2026 as far as the channel. Like I said earlier, this was planned to be a video, but I hadn't. I Today got away from me. It was supposed to be tomorrow, so we'll talk about it in the live. One of the things I want to do is exactly what we're doing right now, lives. I have a lot of fun with lives, and I know they've always been last minute decisions. So I want to and try and maybe do a weekly live or something like that on the schedule, whether it be every Friday, every Thursday, something where every week there's going to be a live. And some weeks we might have a topic to talk about. Some weeks it might be something like this, just open forum, whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm game. And sometimes I have a lot of friends that want to jump online and, hang out and chat about movies or whatnot. We might do that. So that's one thing I want to focus on in 2026 is really doing a lot more lives because I have a lot of fun and it feels more personal with you guys because I do those like, my normal videos and I can only talk to you guys obviously via the comment section. So I really enjoy this. It's a little more give and take with the conversations. So expect more of those. What do we got here? What's your favorite anime? I got to be honest with you. I'm not the biggest fan of anime. I'm not. I tried. I like my neighbor Totoro. That's pretty good. I would that, but you're probably like, oh yeah, everyone watches that one. I've seen that one. Dragon Ball Z. I grew up watching all the Dragon Ball Z's, if that counts. But yeah, anime for me, it's just that's just something I've never really gotten into. Um, like as a kid, like I said, Dragon Ball Z. I watched a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh. Um, I don't know what you call Pokemon, like the old, what they call it, Generation One or something like that. I watched those as a kid, but as of recently, I have never really gone back and watched any. So, I mean, if there's some you guys recommend, I'll definitely check it out. I'm interested to see, what you guys think. But yeah, definitely not my strong suit is anime. I know it's a big thing. I know a lot of people really, really like it, but It's never interested me enough to check out, to be honest. Hey, take care there. Um, what else? Oh, so back in oh man, it was not November, so September. So I always did a monthly thing with my buddy Chris, Bearded Film Guy, and Steven After Hours Video. Every month we did the Fear by Year, where we go every year we talk about, or well, once a month we pick a year. We're going chronological order of like 6 horror movies in that year and just talking about them. Last one we did uh, was it October? I think it was October was the last one we did. We didn't do one in November, and then we didn't do one December. So that is coming back this year, kicking it off in January. Honestly, I forgot where we left off. It's like I think 19 was like 83, 82. So be on the look at that. Like, that is coming back. I miss doing those. It's just, with Thanksgiving, with November, with Thanksgiving, all that, and then Christmas time, it just gets too hectic and too much. Everyone's schedules all over the place. So we kind of took those 2 months off just to, be with our families and stuff. And then uh January we are kicking it back up. So I'm excited for that. Recommend Sailor Moon for your wife. Okay. I've heard of Sailor Moon. I've just never seen it. Anime is not my favorite, but most Studio Ghibli stuff is great. Yeah, and honestly, the only Studio Ghibli thing I've seen is My Neighbor Totoro. And that was just because it was recently in theaters. Like that's how I did not grow up with that movie. It was in theaters, and my wife wanted to go see it, so we went and saw it. And see, oh, here you go. She loved it when she was little, so she so there you already she already knows. But and then I remember as a kid, there was a VHS I had. I couldn't tell you what movie it was, but they're promoting Kiki's Delivery Service. I remember that one. I just remember seeing that commercial. Because on tapes they always had the previews. You just fast forward or whatever. But I remember Kiki's Delivery Service was always on one. I to this day I couldn't tell you what it is, but that's another one I've heard of. But I've heard of a few other Studio Ghibli stuff. But as far as like TV shows and like Sailor Moon, never have seen it. I know a buddy of mine loves One Piece. Like that's he's watched it from like early or like the originals. Where are we at? I lost my space here. Okay, Korean horror for me is Old Boy. I saw the Devil, Thirst, and Eczema. I saw the Devil. That has been one I've always. I feel like I've seen that one. At least I've seen a few scenes from it, but that one, um, I have a feeling. At least I hope Second Sight give us a 4K of that, because that Umbrella Blu-ray. I was looking at it today on eBay. I was just scrolling. Sometimes I go through eBay and I'm just scrolling to kind of see what they have. $250. I'm like, how are you gonna pay that? Um, so I'm hoping Second Sight does a 4K of that. That would be incredible because I think that one's long overdue. Old Boy, I know Arrow did one. I've never seen that. I've never seen any of those. So, dude, yes, you guys made me appreciate the 80s so much more, especially the Nightmare movies and Stephen King adaptations. Yeah, man, I'm so excited to bring those back. I know a lot of people liked them. It's been, like I said, November, December got real hectic. So we're just, let's just take a break. Speaking of Stephen King movies, I finally saw The Life of Chuck. They blew me away. Oh my gosh. The Life of Chuck, watch that. Incredible. We did a whole Stephen King marathon last night. So we started off with Long Walk, went to The Life of Chuck, and then I started watching it, and then it was like 12:30. So I turned to cut it off. But dude, The Life of Chuck, that blew my mind. That was so good. It wasn't that it was emotional. It just hit you a certain way. I don't know. I don't explain it. It was great though. Spirited Away is one Studio Ghibli film I recommended. Okay. I'll have to check that one out. I'm sure my wife's watching this or is hearing this. She'll want to check those out. But yeah, like I said, anime and stuff like that. It's just not never been my strong suit, guys. One second, it's getting hot in here. I'm gonna turn on my fan. All right. Next, guys, another thing I want you guys to keep a lookout for this year that I'm going to try and focus on more. I know we're kind of doing that, answering chat questions. So, um, if you guys been seeing, I'm doing a lot of shorts. I really enjoy the shorts, guys. One, it's pretty easy to do. I do a review of a movie or whatever it is, and I do a shorts version of that to try and segue or lead you guys to watch full video. So I really love those, and a lot of people seem to like them, and they're doing really well. So shorts, I'm going to be doing more of those. So I'm excited about that. Um, I finally saw The Long Walk. Oh my god, I cried so hard. Incredibly emotional and unexpected, dude. That movie is up there as like my top 5 films of 2025. I just what I liked about that movie, I didn't read the books or the book, short story, but how they knew. I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you guys haven't seen it, but they know what's going to end up happening, but they still create those bonds. And I think it just that part of that movie or that part of the story was really it was sweet and really good to see, but it was emotional and hard and heart wrenching to see at the same time. Incredible movie. I'm right there with you, Alexander. I loved it. Okay, I think Life of Chuck is on Disney Plus. So go check it out. I'm telling you, it's a feel good movie. It makes you just appreciate life. It's just one of those movies. I'm telling you, you got to watch it. Opinion on Taco Bell? I love Taco Bell. Um, one of my favorites I always like to get is the cheesy gordita crunch, but you get that with the Doritos taco shell in there. Incredible. And then the quesarito. I I remember that came out, and dude, quesarito is amazing. Eli, dude, what's going on, buddy? Yes, everyone, listen to Eli. Don't forget to slash the like button and sub to the Sauceman channel. Thank you so much, Eli. Yes, if you guys love this kind of stuff, movie talk, hanging out, we're doing a lot more lives. Hit subscribe. And of course, Eli, you're such an awesome dude, always coming in to support. Love seeing you stop in and all that stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, hit that like button because I want to. So YouTube pushes out the live. Want more people to come in and hang out. What's a cult status film you wish more people knew about? For me, it's Cemetery Man and Stage Fright. Ooh, good ones. Cemetery Man, I love. Um, I don't know if you would call this a cult classic. I don't know. I would consider, and it's not going to be a horror film. It's not. Do I have it over here? I think I do. Yeah, let me grab it real quick. I'm going to show you. So, as far as films that I wish more people would see, or a movie, this right here, it's Ralph Macchio. Excuse me. It's Ralph Macchio. So, Daniel's son, right? Karate Kid. This right here. If you guys haven't seen this, Crossroads. Love this movie. I wish there was a 4K of this. I wish more people talked about this movie. I don't hear it enough. Every time I bring up Crossroads, everyone goes, "Oh, the Britney Spears one?" No. This is so good. You've got Ralph Macchio, Joe, I think it's Seneca. I think that's how you say his name. So the story is Ralph Macchio's character. He is kind of a prodigy in playing guitar. He goes to Juilliard to play classical music, but his real love is the blues. Like I'm talking old school blues, Robert Johnson type blues, right? From like deep South blues. And so and that's what he studies on the side. It's his passion. Well, Robert Johnson, The story of Robert Johnson, the legend is he sold his soul to the devil at the crossroads to learn to play blues. And there's a rumored lost song that never got recorded, or it was recorded and lost. I can't remember. So what he does is he decides that he's going to go off and try to find this lost song. And he finds this guy right here. He supposedly is this a blues harmonica player that did stuff with Robert Johnson and all that stuff. And supposedly he sold his soul to the devil too. And so he breaks him out of a nursing home, and they go on a trip to go find Robert Johnson's last song. And dude, so there's an epic guitar battle in here. Steve Vai wrote some of the music for it, and Steve Vai is in here. There's a guitar battle with that. It is such a good film. I wish more people would see it. People need to watch that movie. So, long-winded answer, Crossroads, and not the Britney Spears one, but the one with Ralph Macchio. It's an incredible movie. I love that movie. I'm not much into anime, but I love Tokyo Godfather's best Christmas movie ever. That's never heard of that. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Opinion on Wendy's. Wendy's is good. I don't go there a lot. That's not like if we're on a road trip and I see Wendy's and like a couple of places, Wendy's really isn't the place I'm going to pick, but I'll eat there if that's my only option. You think we'll get more Godzilla movies on 4K? I'm sure Criterion has been really seemed to be spearheading that, so I could see it. And if we get more Godzilla like new movies, then yeah, we're gonna get more 4K. But are you talking more like Godzilla -1, Shin Godzilla, and that stuff? Because if that's the case, yes, because now we're getting, is it Godzilla -0, their next one? So that's gonna be a 4K, which I'm really excited about that one. Thanks for the kind words, my guy. You're awesome, brother. Thanks, Eli, dude. You're killing it over there. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by and stopping in by in the chat. Love seeing you. Are you going to be doing a top 10 physical media releases 20? Yes, yeah. So I talked about that earlier, but I'll go ahead and address it again. Starting Monday, so it's like the first full week of January. That's all those videos are going to be coming out that week. So we're going to be doing top 10 physical media releases of 2025, top 10 labels of 2025, best artwork of 2025, best 4K, best Blu-ray, those kind of videos. Those are going to be coming out starting Monday. So be on the lookout for that, because every day we're going to end it on Friday with the best release. So I'm going to officially do crown the official Movie Den release of the year. So check that video out when that comes out. So next week, yes, you get all of those. Ooh, it's on Tubi TV. Adding to this. Are you talking about Crossroads? Yeah, dude, check it out. It is so good. It's my buddy Jeff. What's up, dude? Thank you so much for coming in, man. How you doing? What video game are you playing tonight? I'm telling you, you keep talking about video games, and it's really making me want to get back into playing again, because I sold my PlayStation, and it's with Halloween the game coming out, Hellraiser game coming out. I didn't get to play the new Silent Hill games, all the Xbox games coming to PlayStation Network. It's just, I wish I didn't sell it. So I've been kind of looking. So, yeah, thanks for that. Ralph Macchio, My Cousin, another great movie. It cracks me up when they're yelling at Joe Pesci when he's on the stand and basically tell him to shut up, and he goes, "Oh, I think I get the point." And it's such a good movie. And that whole when Marissa Tomei just basically rips them apart, telling them about what the act. That's a great movie. That's a good one. Domino's Pizza. I hate Domino's. Sorry, I don't like it. I think it tastes like cardboard. As far as like fast, like wide chain pizza places, I don't like a lot of them. Round Table, maybe. I don't know. Here's the thing though, because I'm in California, Northern California, so I'm above Sacramento, and we are not known for pizza here. Like, there's a couple like local-ish places, but like you guys over the East Coast are spoiled. Any of you guys here East Coasters with pizza, I'm jealous. Because trust me, I see all of the One by Pizza reviews of Dave Portnoy over there in the East Coast and Jersey and all that stuff, eating Connecticut, all that pizza. And but if you want good Mexican food, dude, here's where you want to be. There, our Mexican food's so good. But Domino's Pizza, I don't like. I've been playing Metal Gear Solid Delta, Mortal Kombat 1. Dude, so Delta, that's one of the games I really want to play because Snake Eater is one of my favorites. Um, learn about Big Boss and all that stuff. But I'm waiting, Jeff. We need Metal Gear Solid, the original, that one. Where you get Liquid Snake and all that stuff. If today they announced that they're doing a new remastered version of that from the ground up rehaul, kind of like they're doing with the Final Fantasy games and even like Metal Gear Solid Delta, I would go out and buy a PlayStation today. That was my favorite game growing up, was the original Metal Gear Solid. So, have you liked what Vinegar Syndrome has announced for Subscriber Week so far? Well, okay, so we were talking about that Tank Girl. I wasn't too interested in getting Tank Girl because I for some reason I thought the Eureka release was a 4K, and it isn't. This is the first 4K. So I might get that VSU. There's what was it? Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. I think that one from their new line. I might want to pick that one up. What else? The new Shutter one. I try to collect all the Shutter titles, so that one definitely. And then the Dario Argento Phantom of the Opera. I know that's not the greatest movie, but it's a Dario Argento film, so that's one that I'll probably pick up as well. But I'm excited to see what they're going to announce for this week. Definitely. I saw someone, I don't remember what day, but they are announcing that there's a 90s horror film for the first time in 4K from a very highly renowned director that they're going to be putting out. And someone had said, dude, what if finally this is Dead Alive? Dude, if that's what it is, that would be cool because I've been hearing about it, but we haven't seen anything. But anyways, yeah, I've liked some of them. I'm more interested in the daily deals. So like the Prophecy I need to pick up, that's like $30 right now. So I'll probably grab that. My goodness, Metal Gear Solid Delta is so good. And if they do this to part one, I might cry. I'm telling you, that one is my favorite. The whole thing with Sniper Wolf and Meryl and I can go on forever with Metal Gear Solid, the first one. It's an incredible, incredible movie. Who's your favorite 90s actor and actress? For me, it's Sarah Michelle Gellar and I could have told you that one. And Ryan Felipe. I feel like they made the 90s for me. Who made the 90s for me? Wow. There's a lot of great 90s actors out there. For me it's more the comedy stuff. So like the whole John Candy, Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, all that stuff. I absolutely love the early Carrey stuff, like Liar Liar, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura films. I think it was the first Ace Ventura that really kicked him like into stardom. And then that was like 93 or 94. They needed like all these other films of back to back to back. Loved his stuff. Yeah, as far as actresses, Sarah Michelle Gellar, great. Simply because of, well, no, scratch that. I don't know. I'd have to think about that to give you an honest, an answer that I would say, this is it. But that's just some rattling off the top of my head. CPK, I have. Yeah. It's been a long time. But yeah, I've eaten there. There was one in a town not too far from me, about probably 45 minutes away, that I've eaten to a couple of times. It's not one that I regularly think about. Oh, I got to go to this place. So there's a new pizza place that actually just opened in my town, and they say it's a New York style pizza. I mean, it could be New York style. I don't know if it's true New York, but hey, it's good and I like it. So there's that. But California Pizza Kitchen, yeah, I've had that before. Have you seen the 4K? But of course I have. Um, right there. Love this movie. This movie, so funny. Look at that. You'll like that. No, Blazing Saddles. This Mel Brooks movie, I love. And one of the reasons I had to get it when they announced it is because that movie would not be made today. And so I wanted to get it to own it before they, streaming, or if they re-release and take out stuff, at least I have I have the original of how to release. I love that movie. If it's Dead Alive, they have my mind. Dude, if it's Dead Alive, I'm going to get that as well. Definitely. What's up? I can't believe I'm saying this, but I subbed to Vinegar Syndrome this year. Dude, let me know how it goes. I would, it would be fun too, but I can't, hey, I'm not knocking that decision, dude. If that's more power to you, I'm glad you did. Um, but for, like I said, I'm so picky with Vinegar Syndrome titles that I just, I don't know if I could swallow that amount. Yeah, but it's a cool concept. Like I would rather subscribe personally. It's just me, be part of the TerrorVision movie club and get their releases than Vinegar Syndromes personally. Because with TerrorVision, I feel like they consistently release more stuff that I would want to see than Vinegar Syndrome. But um, hey, you know what? Maybe this year changes my mind. I don't know. But dude, that is pretty cool. Carrey is amazing. Jim Carrey, I I love his stuff. What upcoming releases are you most excited for? Mine is probably a Bay of Blood 4K, and whenever TerrorVision stuff finally comes out. Funny you said, yeah, dude. Bay of Blood pre-ordered immediately. Can't wait. It's like a 5 or 6 disc release. That Mario Bava film. So excited for that. Severin is another one. Like if Severin Films did a subscriber subscription like Vinegar Syndrome, I would probably do it. I love Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Um, and yeah, TerrorVision, like Patchwork, I'm still waiting on. Gator Bait. I mean, there's so many. I feel like with TerrorVision, they just I guess I mean they bit off more than they can chew. They they and they had a lot of unfortunate stuff happen to them, like, their warehouse, I think, like caught fire or flooded or something. They got evicted from their one place. It's just, it seemed like one thing after another with them. So I can't really fault them for that. But they seem to announce a lot, and for them being as such a small company, that I could see that that would have happened. But yeah, TerraVision, their stuff this year, we talked about earlier Friday, I'm excited for. Let me look at my hard boiled from Arrow. I'm excited for. Let's see. I have a list here of some stuff. The Ugly Stepsister, we talked about that. Um, Salem's Lot from Arrow. I think Arrow is already kicking off 2026 really, really well. What's a comedy you always tell people about? For me, it's always been Bridesmaid and Just Friends. Um, a comedy. Well, I could tell you, and I've mentioned it several times tonight. Dumb and Dumber. That movie I grew up watching. That was my dad's favorite comedy when I was a kid. So it was always played. Jeff Daniels, Jim Carrey. I always played. So that's a comedy movie that I laugh at the same things every time. Love that movie. Um, uh, me and my boss at work, we always reference Nacho Libre. That's another one that I love comedy wise. Um, there's a few out there. Let me think. Billy Madison is another one. Love Billy Madison. Um, just go with it. Speaking of Adam Sandler, that's a really good one that I really enjoy. Um, and then if you want to get more into the kind of more, I guess, raunchier stuff, American Pie I think is hilarious. Super Bad is funny. So I'm a big comedy. I like a lot of comedies. Speaking of Ryan Felipe, did you pick up Lionsgate Limited, The Way of the Gun? Awesome. I did not. No, no. Lionsgate Limited for me, I'm getting more into them. I got to be honest, because at first when Lionsgate Limited first like announced, like that started to be a thing, I was really, really skeptical. I was like, man, this is just Lionsgate trying to be a boutique label. They're just going to take what they already do, exclusively put it on the website and jack at the prices, which one could argue that is what they did. But there is some that they, I am impressed. They are treating it very well. Like the packaging, I think is great when they ship it to you. Frailty, like for a studio to be putting out something like that, I thought was great. What they do, the conversation, that was crazy. American Psycho, the creativity on that, I thought was really cool. So, and plus they're really diving into more of the stuff like The Descent we got on 4K, which I thought was great. So, but no, answer your question, I did not get The Way of the Gun, but I did see that. Wayne's World. That movie. It's been a while since I've seen Wayne's World. I need to watch that one again. Which that actually just got a 4K not too long ago. I think was it Kino Lorber did a 4K of that. That's awesome, dude. Nacho Libre's hilarious. Little hug, big kiss, little kiss, big bug. That quote gets me every time. Yeah, that movie. Oh man, another man you find his nucleus. Like that movie, or that line, when he's singing at the party, talking about Ramsey's not dancing. That movie. That movie is so quotable. When I use my strength to rip my blouse, something like that. Um, and there's little lines in that movie that I love when he's at the ring and he's like, hey, take it easy, and he's trying to tag in, and he goes, Santa Romano, little stuff like that. You just, I always, to this day, I'll catch little things I don't recognize or I didn't catch last time. I love that movie. 88 Films, The Protector, and Double Impact releases look good. 88 Films, man. So Swamp Thing, I pre-ordered Swamp Thing. But other than that, like they were like knocking it out of the park with their Italian releases last year. Like Nine Guests for a Crime. They did. I gotta look at them. Rats. They did. Night Train Murders. Um, um, oh, what was it? Um, Short Night of Glass Stalls, which I do like Cellular Dreams release of that, but they did it as well. I really hope 88 Films continues with their Italian films. Their Italian collection I love, but I also really like their slasher collection too. Like they did The Night That Dreaded, or The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Love that movie. So they have a few, and they're doing Fade to Black as well. My church clothes were is stinky. Yeah. that's that's good. He goes, hey, can't you see she's a nun? Since you like Shutter, have you seen Vinegar Syndrome's of Sadness? I have the original that came in the hard slip. I think I have it behind me right here. Yeah, I have that one. That new slip they released was wild. I saw that and I was like, good Lord, you guys went nuts. And that thing sold out so fast. I'm not surprised. That slip cover, man. I honestly, even them being Vinegar Syndrome, I was shocked. I was shocked when I saw that slipcover. Um, but yeah, the sadness, that movie. Wow. The movie has a lot to say, but it's pretty wild. I like the movie though. Let's see here, guys. We caught up with everybody. Um, hold on, real quick. Um, let's see. Oh, yeah. So I also want to do, and I thought about doing this, and I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think. If it would even do well, a room tour. I've had some people ask me in the past. I've always been hesitant with that, just because I really don't think. I don't know. So that's something you guys want to do. I thought about doing that. Um, but yeah, why don't you hey guys let me know in the chat some of your favorite releases from last year was because there's a lot of good ones. Second Sight, we had The Nice Guys. Um, we had When Evil Lurks. We had they kicked off the year with The Brood and Scanners. Um, Obviously, of course, Possession, Reanimator, right? That was probably that is, I think, Possession was their biggest release and their most anticipated, and probably their best release of the year. But I mean, Pearl and Maxine, the Florida Project, which the Florida Project, that was the first time watch for me, and that movie wrecked me. That was a good one. I'd be down to see a room. Hold on, guys. I got to get some water. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I just have to clean up this room. What you guys see is just the clean area of my room, right? There's still some stuff that I want to do. Just just need to find the time to do it. There were so many amazing films put to new disc in 25. Yeah, 2025 was a great year for physical media collectors. Arrow, I know a lot of people loved Arrow, and Arrow put out some amazing, amazing stuff. And I was shocked. It seemed like a lot of the labels saved all their good stuff for like the end of the year. And they had some good middle of the year, but like I already talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Arrow. Um, yeah, well, and Arrow earlier in the year, the Dollar Trilogy I thought were great. Um, Umbrella had Lake Mungo and Freaked, which were great releases. Second Sight with those two releases. Lots of good stuff. Okay, so we're fine with the Warner Brothers deal. It wasn't that long ago they did stuff like Blood Rage, Girls Night Out, Edge of the Axe. Yeah, yeah, they're really starting to get into more of the I guess mainstream movies, as you can call it that. I guess more well known movies. Um, one would argue more expensive to license movies. Like Deep Blue Sea, I would not have believed you if you told me, oh, Arrow's going to be putting out Deep Blue Sea eventually. I mean, there's no way. Movies like that. Under Siege, like that was Snakes on a Plane. you know, a lot of those I was very shocked to see. So, at that point, it seems sky's the limit for Arrow as far as their films. And with their little tease that they did for Halloween with those trailers, give us a Halloween from Arrow, man. All the Halloween films, at least one through what, five? Yeah, that would be incredible to get. It'd be incredible to get. Sorry about that, guys. It's getting some in my throat. Um, but yeah, some other great releases this year that I thought the um the Fright Box from Umbrella I thought was really awesome. Oh, and then I think obviously the elephant in the room, the Nightmare on Elm Street box set. You know, we got that. Um, what else did we get this year? If you're into like Italian stuff, we had the um, is it the Bravito Giallo, the Bava box set from Cauldron was a huge release. So really cool stuff. There's so much cinema out there that it hurts my head when people complain about the death of cinema. Yeah, it's I don't think it's the death of cinema, at least in terms of we're talking modern like movies coming out. It's adapting, it's changing. Movies are still being made. It's just I think the type of movies are changing. Um, so I think cinema is always going to be there. As far as physical media, I don't think that's going anywhere. I mean, you're seeing even major studios putting out stuff and selling out, and how expensive they're getting, and they're still selling out. You know, and you have these boutique labels that are taking these movies that you know we would argue deserve that 4K level treatment and restoration, and they're just doing it themselves, which I love. So the want and the need is out there, people, and we're getting it. So I'm not worried about physical media at all. I have to know, what's your underrated film in 2025, and what's a film that you don't understand the hype for? Praise for me. The Roses with Olivia Colman was underrated, and Sinners is one I don't get. You hit the nail on the head with those two. The Roses I really really enjoyed. That was such a fun movie. um, you know, I originally I thought Bring Her Back was one. I was like, oh, not a lot of people talked about it. It was like, oh, it was a Sinners and Weapons, Sinners and Weapons, Sinners and Weapons. But no one talked about Bring Her Back. And then I did a live with Mega Mike and no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Mega Mike. It was with the Dread broadcast, and we talked about our favorite release of the year. And I was surprised; a lot of people really liked Bring Her Back. So, and then Sinners, I don't get it. You know, I the first half leading up to the whole vampires, where they the world building between the brothers, Smoke and Stack, and I loved that. I thought it was so good. The music in it was amazing. The way it was shot was beautiful. Storytelling, the whole the concept where there's certain musicians who could bring people from the past and the future together. It was so cool. And then the vampires hit, and I was lost, and I didn't like it. So I feel like if he would have stuck with what he was originally doing and not bringing the vampires, like if it was just that movie, oh man, easy one of my favorite films of the year. That's how bad I didn't like that turn. I just didn't care for it. I didn't think it was done well personally, but to each their own. Everyone, a lot of people liked it. I don't know how Arrow's limited editions are under $40, but others are like 60. Yeah. I don't know. But hey, I ain't complaining because, there's other companies out there that they're expensive when they come out. But you also have to think too. I try to think as well. These some of the small, I guess Arrow. I would argue Arrow's a pretty good sized company now, right? And it's the same idea, like these big corporations buying out and outselling and outpricing the smaller companies because they can afford to sell these titles at cheaper prices than, let's say, smaller companies. They got to charge more just because to keep their lights on. I get that. However, $40 for all that stuff is pretty crazy. And the quality of stuff they do is really awesome. So, but I agree with you on that part. Sleep of the year for me was The Big Blue. Such a different and great. I'd never heard of that movie, The Big Blue. That came out this year. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of it. Weapons hype got to me. Good way or bad way? Weapons for me, I saw it opening weekend. I enjoyed it. Um, I actually prefer Barbarian, that Zach Krager's Barbarian, more than Weapons. Weapons had some good stuff in it, though. I know a lot of people didn't like the storytelling and the way they told it, the narrate, like how it jumped around. That didn't bother me as much. It just, for some reason, it hit me, and as well as like Barbarian did. But I am excited because isn't he doing? I want to say he's doing the next Resident Evil. Yeah. So I'm excited to see his take on Resident Evil. It'll be interesting to see that. The Roses surprised me so much. I was like, why aren't people talking about this movie? Yeah, I thought it was a fun movie. Their hatred, banter, the chemistry was really, really good. Um, I did enjoy that movie. Um, there was a couple scenes though that it was like, geez, like it got pretty rough. Um, but you know that's a remake, right? War of the Roses, I think, is the original. I haven't seen the original, but uh, no, I did enjoy it. I need to see Bring Her Back still, dude. It's a great, great movie. I mean, I don't know if it's streaming. Maybe you want to try it there first. I really loved it. It is a very bleak movie that doesn't let you go right from the beginning to right at the end. It's like dread, and the whole movie. So, and yes, Bring Her Back is not talked about enough. Such a cutthroat movie with insane performances and gorgeous cinematography. It is. Um, and I tell you, that kid in that movie, as it goes on, the worse he gets. This isn't spoiling anything, but the knife scene, the countertop scene, like all the hangnail, like the um. But yeah, no, that movie was really, really, really good, and you just feel for the characters in that movie. My goodness, um, and I forget the actress who plays the mom who adopts them, but I had to laugh. There's a scene where she just sits there and just sucker punches the kid in the sleep when they're sleeping. I just so caught off guard by that. The movie's wild. The Vampires and Sinners are so stupid. I feel like Sinners is a movie I can watch it if I turn my brain off, but it's just not a good screenplay. I think the ending is not the greatest. Like I said, once the vampires start the main portion, but I did like the world building between the brothers and stuff that I did enjoy. But as far as people are saying, oh, I've heard some people, he's the next Jordan Peele, and no, get out of here. No, he is not. He let him stick to Black Panther and Creed, and his Creed movies were incredible. But yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a big fan. Do you click one clicks in Astro Creations? Dude, you're the only other person I know that knows about Astro Creation. That is so funny. So one clicks. I would love to. They're so expensive, and it's got to be a movie that I love. For me, one to own, like in one set, multiple copies. I say that I have multiple copies of certain movies. Um, I didn't buy all of them. Just to be honest with you. But like Raro Films, did a Halloween one click, and I have searched all over the place for that thing, and I cannot find it. And Euphoria Pictures, Keith with Euphoria Pictures, he on YouTube, they sent him that thing, and it is the most amazing one click I have ever seen. I would love to find somewhere where I can get that. So there's that in terms of one clicks and Astro Creations. I am shocked that you know about that. So they did Oh, what's that movie they just did not too long ago, and I almost pulled the trigger on it. It was like his first release ever, and um, but that one click he did, or like the big nice release he did of it, the limited version. Oh, it's so nice. I've been trying to find that since. There's like one or two on eBay, but they're damaged. So you know, and then now he's doing I my brain's not working tonight, guys, but I do know Astro Creation. Like me, I thought they were going to go for it. They pulled back and made it feel weak. Yeah, and I know some people really liked the Irish dance they did. When I saw it, I was like, "What are we doing? Come on," you know. So, Bad Way. It's still my top 10 though. Bad Way. Okay. So we're still talking about stop talking about weapons. Okay. Yeah. I lucked out that I saw it early on. Especially films like that, like Zach Kreger. I try to beat that, get it early because I don't want to deal with the hype because hypes do get to me as well. I get that for sure. The 4K The Big Blue came out this year. Great steelbook, important import available too. The Big Blue. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I don't know. I've never heard of that. Movie room. Then I should know about it. Um, yeah, I'll have to check it out. I don't know. I've never heard of it. Um, I describe Bring Her Back as Pet Cemetery on steroids. Definitely not. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, for sure. Um, yeah, that movie, and for her to just like the kids going, it's just it's wild, and I'm really excited. And my buddy Chris said it perfectly for the Philip Brothers' first film, Talk to Me. He said that's like a TikTok movie, right? It's it's meant for that kind of generation, just the way it's shot, the storytelling, the screenwriting. It's a good movie. And then they did this. I would love to see their next couple of films if they stick with this way of writing. Okay, Alexander said Sally Hawkins. Yeah. This way of writing, I want to see them go down this path because I love the way they did this movie. Okay, Sally Hawkins went for it, and I've only ever seen her be so sweet, and the turn was so fantastic to watch. I was like, oh no, she did not. Yeah, she was also in what was the other movie I just saw with her? Shape of Water, where she has sex with the basically Del Toro's creature from the Black Lagoon. I was like, because when I was trying to think, yeah, there was something else I just recently saw her in again because I got the Criterion 4K of that. So that's funny. Yeah, she was nuts in that movie. She did a good job. Love Luc Besson's Big Blue. I've been waiting for years for it to come out on 4K. Didn't go for the box set, but I did buy the single steel book, and it's awesome. You guys keep bringing that up. I'm gonna have to check it out. I feel like I'm missing out here. Creed 2 or Creed 3? I go Creed 2 just for the guy Creed fights. That was Creed 2. He fought Ivan Drago's son. That was a good one. But Creed 3, um, when they fought at the Los Angeles the Dodger Stadium, that was pretty cool. You got to admit that scene was pretty sweet. Um, but I did not like how they didn't have Sylvester Stallone back. I thought that was weird. Being it's his movies essentially. I mean, I know they would say no, they're not. They're Michael B. Jordan's, yeah, but they wouldn't. Those movies are in that Rocky universe, so I feel like not having that anchor of Sylvester Stallone, it was missing for Creed 3 personally. 300 is very expensive. Annihilation, yes. Astro Creations looks so nice. I'm thinking about getting it. Yeah, that's the second one. I thought about it too. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's hard spending that much money, because when I see that, I think I can spend $300 on this one release, or if I'm gonna spend $300, I can get how many other releases. So that's always what I'm arguing with myself with one clicks and such like that. I'm gonna show you. I want to show you guys. Um, that Halloween one, dude, because it was so cool. Um, Raro Films. Let's see here. Oops. Here we go. Here we go. No, that's not it. Trying to pull it up right now for you. There we go. Here we go. There's the one click right there. Dude, it comes with the kitchen knife. And so this is like they had two releases. They had you could buy this one and this one are obviously the one click. I mean, isn't that amazing? Like I would get this one click. I would if I could find it. I would pay money for this. Um, but I saw that and I can't find it anymore. I don't know where it's at. So, or at least I can't find it. Anybody on eBay, no one's selling it. So, oh well. But there was that. Weapons was awesome, and I'm glad I was able to see it in theaters. Went with my brother and had the best time. It was a good movie. It was a fun movie to see in theaters, especially with a packed theater, which my theater doesn't get packed that often anymore, unfortunately, or fortunately, it depends on how you look at it. But it was really cool to see that because that movie, man, you want to talk about good marketing. Weapons had amazing marketing, and so we'll see. Oh, you know what? Another movie I know you would ask. We were talking about movies. Not a lot of people had talked about Eddington. I liked Eddington a lot. Not a lot of people talked about Eddington. I thought that was a great movie. Just that just popped in my head. I think Asher Christian's first Lone Survivor. Yes, that is it. Lone Survivor with Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, that was his first release. I remember because I was on a Facebook Marketplace group and they said, "Oh, Astro Creations," because I guess he's in there, and said his first release is out. Go get it. And that was early on in my extreme boutique label stuff, like One Clicks in it. So I saw, I was like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna buy it. And then when I was like, okay, I might, it was gone. I got my big blue from the movie room. Yes, support the movie room. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, dude. Movie room. They're awesome guys over there. Husband and wife company. Talk about some incredible shipping and incredible packaging. And they'll always hook you up. Yep. Love those guys over there. And quick little plug. If you guys do want to head over there, get something at the movie room. I have a code, MovieDen10. Will save yourself 10% off your order. It's a one-time use. But yeah, awesome people over there. I love them to death. Noah Print puts a lot of work in their releases, but I feel like they don't do their own restoration. They don't. They're just like the repackaging kings. That's that kind of how I see them. Which some of their stuff is really nice. I was fortunate enough; I was able to get the Silent Night, Deadly Night release, and yeah, that is a Shout Factory disc. At least for the first one, it's a Shout Factory 4 kit, same one that we were getting for we got from Scream Factory. I didn't own the Shout Factory Blu-ray of Silent Night 2, Silent Night Deadly Night 2, so I can't say if that's what it is, but I can only assume. But their repackaging stuff is really, really nice. Like really nice. So it's unfortunate they really don't do much of their own transfers and stuff. It'd be interesting to see if they ever kind of started to dive into that a little bit. The indie weapons had so many people cheering, laughing, and clapping. So yeah, that ending was great. It was really cool just to get that justice and that just to see that. I love just to see that again. It was really, really cool. Okay, I gave it a try, but could not get through it. Eddington. So, oh, you couldn't get through. It's real slow burn. And it's long, but I enjoyed it. It was, it's funny. I enjoyed it looking back, like I did, but man, I don't know if it was like PTSD or what, but I was getting mad in that movie. It was kind of reliving it again, and I hated that. That part I did not like. But he he made you feel the way he wanted you to feel, I'm sure. So I did like that part of it. And Joaquin Phoenix, he's always an awesome actor too. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I used your code ages ago. Ah, well, thank you for that. I do appreciate that. That's awesome, man. Are you getting the casino limited? I want it, dude. I've been looking at that. I might pull the trigger on that. Yeah, yeah. The chunky box one. Yeah, I probably am. I probably am. So I saw that. I got real excited about it. All right. Okay, guys. Well, we are knocking on 2 hours here pretty soon, and my throat is really getting on my nerves here. So I think we'll probably we're gonna cut this live stream a little short tonight just because I gotta give my throat a break. It's bothering me. I got a busy day tomorrow. We're supposed to um go do some shopping. So I'm gonna stop at Barnes and Noble, see if I can't find something I'm gonna get some movies tomorrow. I just don't know where. So um but yeah, guys, I think we'll close it out. I want to thank everyone for stopping by. I know, like I said, it was kind of last minute. Um, it was, so, but again, really appreciate every single one of you. I'm really excited for 2026. Thank you guys for, supporting me and supporting physical media. It's awesome to see. And, be on the lookout for next week for all of the, best of 2025 videos are going to be coming out next week. And Fear by Year is returning. Very excited about that. And these live streams, get used to them because we're gonna be doing live streams more and more and more. And I really love this talking with you guys. It's like I said, it feels more personable and it's just I don't know, it's nicer. So, anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Jeff, thank you for stopping by, dude. Always fun talking to you. Of course, thank you so much. You guys have a good one. We'll see you next time. See you later, Alexander. I'll see you on the next video. And then maybe next Friday we'll do another live stream. We'll see. But you guys, of course, everyone, take care.